The effect that these glasses gives such effect to this video, but like you can't see my eyes and I feel like this is very impersonal. But like I really want to wear my glasses, so I think I'm going to wear my glasses still. What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, what is up? My name is Aspen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some books that I have that are essentially life-changing books that you should read in 2018. I have read a couple of these books. A couple of these books are on my reading list for 2018, which if you guys want to see what books I plan on reading this year, then I will link my, or put my 2018 reading list in the description box down below so you guys can see what books I have in my mind to read this year. But these are the books that I personally think are considered life-changing books in a sense where they kind of help you discover who you are, who you want to be, where you want your life to go, and they all kind of put your life into perspective in different ways. So I wanted to share these books with you guys. Some of them I tangibly have, and then a couple of them I don't physically have, so I will just put a picture of them on the screen so you guys can know what they look like, as well as link all of them down below. I feel like I'm talking very, very fast, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the books that will change your life in 2018. So the first book that I have to share with you guys is the book that I'm currently reading right now, and this is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. I just love the play on words with this title of this book, but this book has really kind of put some things into perspective in a sense where I'm a very positive person and I feel like I have to be positive in every situation, but this book has kind of taught me that that is not always the case. I just love the stories that Mark included in this book. This is such like a kind of like almost a comedic way to kind of change your life. This book also kind of teaches you how to handle adversity, which is something that I think a lot of people kind of have trouble doing. I love the title of this book because one thing that he actually mentioned in this book is if you're not giving an F about something, you're overall giving an F about something. And that is one thing, you know, like people always think that you aren't giving an F, but if you aren't giving an F about something in particular, then you're giving an F about it. So I don't know, I think this is a fun type of book to kind of kick off the year and kind of put things into perspective. So this is definitely, I'm halfway done with it. So can't wait to finish reading this book. And yeah. The next book is a book that I have already read and I am going to reread this year, and that is of course Girlboss. This book has like exploded on the internet. Just Girlboss in general has been everywhere. And I think being a girl boss is so empowering and inspiring. So that is why I think this is a life-changing book. If you want to create a life for yourself, now obviously there will be trials and errors, but if you have a dream and you want to create a life for yourself, this is a really good book to read because this kind of goes through Sophia's story of how she kind of went to the bottom to the top. This book also kind of teaches you how to learn from your mistakes and other people's mistakes, as well as how to kind of take control of circumstances in life in general. And it's also very, very inspirational. This book had, whenever I read it, sparked a lot of inspiration for me. So I think this is also a good book if you are, like I said, wanting to create a life for yourself, not necessarily your dream life, but a life in which you will feel empowered, inspired, creative, and all that such. I think this is a great book for you so you know how to become a girl boss. The next book is another book that exploded all over the internet, and this is the book that I kicked off 2017 reading, and that is You Are a Badass. First of all, it's a yellow book. Yellow is my favorite color, so I'm definitely going to be rereading this book again this year. All the books that I have like read, I'm going to reread again because these are books that really did inspire me at the beginning of 2017. But this book is essentially about how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. And this is one of those self-help books where it's not like you need to do this, you need to do this. It goes through her story and kind of gives you that life advice to kind of put your life into her place and your own perspective. And that's what I love about this book because it's not like telling you what you need to do, but it's suggesting certain ways to do things, and I love that. A couple things that I learned from this book are kind of how to choose what you prioritize in your life, as well as there are a lot of things we believe about ourselves that are very, very self-sabotaging, and this book kind of puts it in perspective in a sense where if you're believing these things about yourself, it's almost holding you back from the life that you can create for yourself. So this is another one of those books that I just think, you know, everyone should read to kind of figure out and put your life in perspective to see what you are doing that can be holding you back from what's to come. So I love You're a Badass. And another book that I'm reading this year that goes along with You're a Badass is You're a Badass at Making Money. This is like the sequel to You're a Badass, but this is all about finances, money. It all begins with your mindset of money, and that is what this book is about, is kind of putting the correct mindset to money, how you want to receive and achieve money. This book kind of teaches you how to identify your relationship with money, because there are people out there that are very greedy with money, but if you are greedy with money, money will be greedy to you. The law of attraction is definitely in place there. And this kind of, you know, teaches you and gives you advice for financial abundance. So I think this is going to be a very good book for me to read, especially because this year I want to move out. I want to build my savings. So I can't wait to dive into this book just to kind of, you know, help me with my spending problem that I do indeed have. The next book is a book that I have had saved on my Amazon, and I got it for Christmas for my dad, and I'm very, very excited. It is Leave Your Mark. And this book is a book essentially about how to land your dream job, kill it in your career, and rock social media, which if you guys have been on my channel before, you guys know that is essentially like what I want to do. So I'm very, very excited to dive into this book. What I find very, very interesting about this book is it's not an advice book. It's basically like a mentorship in like 288 pages. That's what, obviously I like haven't read this book yet, so I had to read the reviews, and that's what a lot of people say, that it's not an advice book. It's basically like you're talking with a career like person, and they're kind of helping you, guide you to where you want to be. I also read that this kind of gives you the courage to, if you want to change careers, change what you're doing, if you're not happy with where you are, it kind of gives you the courage to change your career and start from scratch, and kind of gives you advice on how to do so. So this year I want to start my own business. I want to rock social media. So this book I think is going to be a very good guide for that. And then I have two books that I physically do not have. Can't touch them. I don't have them with me, but they are definitely books that I will be buying sooner or later. So the first book is You Do You by Sarah Knight, and I'm very, very excited to read this book because it's more of like a comedic type of book. It's essentially one of those books where it kind of guides you on how to be who you are and use what you have to get what you want. And it's kind of like one of those law of attraction. That's like what I get. It's like it resonates with the law of attraction, which if you guys haven't watched my law of attraction video, I will have it at the end of this video so you guys can watch it. It also kind of teaches you how to like stand for you and what you want, and essentially once you do that, you will learn how to get what you want and kind of embrace that. I don't know, man. I'm very excited to read that book. And the last book that I have to share with you guys is called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And this book I came across when I was scrolling on urbanoutfitters.com. And I'm very, I keep saying I'm very excited to read all these books, but this book is more of like an intellectual book in a sense where he has physically used these steps that he kind of writes about in the book to help people become successful. So this book has like different sections depending on which like topic we're talking about, like friends, career, whatnot. So it has like 6 ways to make people like you, and then how to kind of win people's way to your thinking, which is something that I am very excited to learn about. And then kind of how to be a leader without getting that resentment from people or kind of being too bossy in a sense kind of way. So I'm very excited to read that book. But with that being said, those are the books that will change your life in 2018. Like I said, and I've been saying, I'm very excited to read all those books. If you guys want any like book chats about any of these books, comment down below which book you would like me to talk about. That way I know kind of what order I should start reading my books in. I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.